I would like to thank you once again for allowing me into your reality. And today I'm going to talk about, and this is part of a series of tapes. The last one you want to get, um, well, I guess you could call it tapes, but it's not on tape. It's like a download from YouTube or whatever that I put on YouTube or for Facebook. So I wouldn't call it a tape, but it's a continuing series on food because food, as you will see today, ties into your level of consciousness and who you are as a being on this planet. So, yes, we're going to take trees and plants to the cosmic level, and which you will see. So, I have a website which is www.azazel.net. And you can go there and purchase items that will destroy 5G all the way up to 6G and maybe be even beyond, and many other electromagnetic frequencies that hinder your capabilities to heal and hinder your thought processes and put thoughts into your head. And that's mainly what cell phones are. Cell phones are the mark of the beast. It says a mark in the forehead and the mark in the hand, and that's your cell phone connected to your brain. Because if you turn your cell phone off, it's just a square piece of metal or plastic. As soon as you turn it on, ghosts appear, things that are not real, things that you can't, that are not physical. Those are spirits that give you ideas, which those ideas are what we call mind control. So you turn on your computer, you turn on your cell phone, and whatever you're watching, it's not physically in front of you, it is a spirit. Interestingly, when I went to A Plus and certified as an A Plus technician, I discovered that when you look at a computer screen, they call that GUI, which is Graphic User Interface, GUI. And I do know how to speak a little bit of Chinese. And I knew that, and this is what made me go to certify in A Plus to get this knowledge. GUI, GUI, is another name for ghost. And that's exactly what your screen is. It is not real, it's a ghost. So yes, mark of the beast, it is. Now, I'm not going to get into the physical aspects of implanting you with a chip because that don't make sense. That is just conditioning because you have fingerprints. That is your chip, okay? So they can track you and do all the things they need to do without all of that because of your cell phone, okay? And there's plenty of movies on that. I'm sure you've seen some of them I post. But anyway, azazel.net, and I have plenty of things up there that will help you. Some people ask me, well, how does the wall organs work? Well, I don't want to explain that on now, but when you buy it, you see how it works. You will definitely see how it works. I've been doing this for a long time, and I see a lot of fake organs all over the place. So the technique I use for the 5G, I don't want these people messing that up and selling you bad products, and then it kind of destroys the whole science of what it's supposed to do from everyone. So I keep the wall organs to and other organs that I make. I wrote a book on it. I did a class on it, but I still see organs that don't have enough metal, the wrong type of metals. The layering system is wrong. So people look at it and it's beautiful, and they think that, oh, I made a beautiful organ, it's going to work because it makes me feel this way. Your feelings, yes, is a placebo, but there's things that are true in your reality, but then there are things that are actuality. What's actually happening? You have your reality, then you have actuality. Now, straight off the subject a little bit, and the subject is, as you see, love and the Ice Age. Number one, the average person, if I ask somebody, please explain to me what love means, and most people don't know. And there are multiple definitions for it, but I never heard anyone tell me any one of those definitions, and I did a whole lecture on what love is. And shout out to Brother Shabazz, who brought me in Brooklyn, and where I did a whole lecture called Sex After Death, where I explained what love was. I'm not going to do that here, though. I'm going to explain another aspect of it. And why did I add that to the Ice Age? Because you're going to start to see a lot of floods, where you're going to see you're going to see the poles, North Pole and Antarctica. You're going to see the ice starting to recede. Why is that? Is it global warming? No. We, right now, are in an Ice Age, and we're coming out of the Ice Age, and that's why the ice is receding. Okay? So coming out of an Ice Age, the ice begins to melt. Then the Earth pole shifts, and another part of the Earth will take on the ice, but it's going to do some major cleaning. So if you see ice receding, they show you ice receding and all of that, beware, there's a flood coming somewhere. And all you got to do is go to YouTube. You see it everywhere. So we're coming out. When they say global warming, we're coming out of an ice age. We're at the end of an ice age. Now, when that ice recedes, we're going to start to see ancient. We're gonna find ancient relics and probably pyramids and all these things that came long before the Africa we have today, or any landmass we have today. But the most important part of what you're going to see is those morphogenetic grids. What is a morphogenetic grid? A morphogenetic grid is where the people lived. For instance, if I live right now in any part of Africa or Europe or New York, we create through our thoughts and our genetics and our deceased, which is the burial grounds. That's why burial grounds are so sacred. Your energy will go into those grids, or go into that point in which you lived, where all the people lived, and that will become a morphogenetic grid. Okay? And that's why when you go places, the energy is different wherever you go. So that's what burial grounds were. That's what where you live was. It creates a morphogenetic grid. That's why you can go in a different neighborhood and the energy is different, because it has a different morphogenetic grid. So these grids are going to be exposed. And I know that all the energies of the gods that we talk about live within us, and that we activate them through emotions, through excitement, through the Kundalini. But they also exist outside of you. Don't get it twisted. If it exists in you, it also exists outside of you. Why? Because you are made of cosmic dust. that dust coagulates as thoughts into the top, come into the top of the head and transforms itself into DNA. So you come here with all the various planets in your DNA, and you decide to pick your parents, your mother and your father, because you decide that those two together have the mind patterns or the thoughts that I need to complete something I came here to do. You name yourself. You give them the name before you come out. Okay? And there are multiple of people who could use her womb, but your thoughts, the thoughts that they both have, resonated with what you need to do. And so there's a battle of hundreds of thousands or millions of semen or whatever, of some people who want to experience just the same thing. Okay, so it's all about experiences. You chose your parents, you chose your destiny, you chose everything you're going through. And when you get a certain age, or when you're born, the earth is permeated with this cosmic dust, and you breathe it in. And this cosmic dust comes from different planets: Jupiter, Mars, Earth, and other planets we don't even know about. And you breathe it in. And see, that's what makes you what they call the God. Because you breathe in and are made of the cosmic dust of the sun, of Mars, of all the planets live inside your DNA. And so, as a melanin being, because really, we like to categorize people as white, black. There are really no white people on Earth anymore that you could see. The ones that look lighter than you, they're not white. They have melanin. They're just as this. They have less epidermal melanin, but their pineal gland, they have neural melanin. That's why they're able to live. Okay, so they are black too. So they may look what you call pale and albion and all of that. That is because of the epidermis. You're looking at the physical. You understand? And so, because you are moving in the system of the earth as it shifts, pole shifts as we come out of the ice age. And as we come out of the ice age, you are part of that system that heats up, that helps to bring about the warming up of the planet. Even when they decide to kill, we're going to use racism as mind control and kill a certain amount of people. Even in death, the morphogenetic grid is created and heats up the planet even more, which they don't understand. You understand? They don't understand because they forgot. They forgot that magic is science before you can understand it. Once you understand it, it becomes science. But magic is science, and you call it that until you find out the mechanisms of how it works. Okay? So tying all of that, dealing with the Ice Age, into love. Love. And love is, for you, sunlight. Sunlight is love. And that's why I always talk about there's only one day. That is the sun day. You can wake up and worship false gods if you want to. Or going to work is Monday, Tuesday. You cannot find Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and none of that. You don't take Saturn or Saturday and put it before the sun. You don't put Moon Day or Monday or Moon Day before the sun. The first thing that comes up in your life every day is the Sunday. Every day is Sunday, and it is eternal. That's why for you, time does not exist, because the sun The sun is there 24/7. Even the moon got to shine with that shit. The stars, you can see the stars because of the reflection of the atmosphere and all of that. So that shows you that time is only a construct to map out your work day, what you got to do. But we didn't use, go ask the Native Americans, the ancient Africans and all, they didn't use no clocks and none of that. They knew it was one eternal day. They don't even know how old they are. You celebrating birthdays is something new that ages you. Ones and zeros, like computers. It ages you when you count your birthday. So sunlight hits the trees. And that love that's in that sunlight hits the trees. And the trees give you the most powerful energy that it could give you in its season, which is the fruit of that tree. All the power from the roots, from the leaves, from the stems, it offers that to you at least once a year in the form of love. That's what fruit is. And you're supposed to multiply, be fruitful and multiply. Okay? But we seek false love, which is candy, cakes, and pies. When I sit down and I talk to and I counsel people and they eating something like that, they don't know what love is because they're eating false love, and false love will come into their life. Okay? So true love comes from the sweetness of the fruit of the tree. Now the tree raises, when you eat fruit from the tree, it raises your vibration too. Besides giving you the love that you need, the healing and the love. Because yes, it's some foods grow on the ground, like dandelion, and those are good. All of those are good leafy foods. Some berries grow from bushes on the ground. But you have long arms, and you stand tall and straight up for a reason. Because you eat from the high levels. You get your food from on high. Okay? But you can't eat from down low, bend over and get your, do all that, depending on what's going on in your life. But your fruit came from on high. And you have to reach up high. That's why some animals eat from the bottom. Then you got animals that reach higher than we do. Now, we like to spray off fruits and foods and stuff like that. When you do that, because whenever you see insects or birds or whatever eat some of the food, first of all, when you have your harvest, you left some for the animals anyway. But whatever you see insects eat, that means that it's at the point where it's not fit for you to eat. So the insects protects you from eating bad food. It eats, whenever you get something, an apple or whatever it is, from the tree, and a worm in the apple or whatever, that means that don't eat that because it's not fit for human consumption. Okay? But overall, fruits are that basket of love that is given to you through the sun in the ending of this here ice age. So let's talk about how these trees and plants grow. When you look at a plant, it has roots, it has fruit, it has leaves, it has pollen, it has the stem, and it has seeds. All of these things are very important for you to know. You don't have to be a botanist. like I am or anything like that. You could just basically keep in mind what I'm saying to you today. Here's the science of why you eat the plant. Now, we normally, today, and I'm not going to go through the whole story, today you eat cow and pig and chicken when you weren't supposed to do that. The Moors transferred these animals to America and around the world so that they could, their feces help the food grow. But during the Thanksgiving dinner, the European or whoever it was, which I understand to be Europeans who came and was starving and cold, and when they got all this food through love, they planned to get all the food and didn't know how to handle it. And so they started killing animals, killed the people, poisoned them with smallpox and all of that, and then killed the animals instead of eating the food, what makes the food grow, which is the feces of the animal. They didn't know that yet at that point. They killed the animals itself and ate the animal. Oh, we might as well eat the animal since they feces out and then they grow the food. No, you weren't supposed to do that. That's not. And now today, under mind control, you think you're supposed to eat a cow, a chicken. You think you're supposed to eat a chicken. You think you're supposed to eat a pig. And now you're into dogs and every damn thing else. You've been eating dog for years. That's what a hot dog is. Okay? So you've been eating all kinds of mess now because you're under mind control. Face it, the only way you're going to ever be able to change is to realize, let me break this mind control that I'm under. So the pig, the cow, the chicken, birds, rabbits, they all had, I mean, we even ate the rabbits. So all their feces was used to make your crops grow. So when a plant grows, the plant, say for instance, you're having some rough times, and you need more love in your life. You need more success. You need things to happen for you. You need good luck. What is good luck? Good luck means things are going your way. That's what good luck means. Everything going your way. Good luck. Some people, I don't believe in good luck. Good, my nigga. Do your thing. I do. So everything going your way. And I don't know how anybody can't believe in that. But anyway, you can change your luck, change your love life, change everything by eating love, eating fruit. For instance, when you look at a plant and you see, for instance, the origin of a strawberry is a rose. Strawberries come from roses, and we cultivated it into berries. And we ate roses, but they were berries. Fruit coordinates with the planet, fruits and nuts coordinates with the planet Jupiter. And Jupiter is a yang energy, which is a male energy. Now, why would fruit coordinate with Jupiter, and how is that going to help me? Well, when that fruit grows on that plant, it grows in the pattern of how Jupiter travels around our solar system. That's why it's attributed to Jupiter, the fruit. When we look at the flowers that grow every spring, and that's when new love and, everybody's looking for new love and they fall in love and walking through the park and all of that. All the flowers are growing because that's dealing with Venus, which is a yin energy. Flowers, and they grow petals like that, like the vagina. Okay? So flowers or flower is another word. Flower and flower is no coincidence, are spelled exactly the same way but pronounced differently. Flowers grow, yes, in the pattern of Venus, the goddess. Okay? It grows in that pattern, growing around the solar system. The whole plant grows based upon the way the planets move. The stem is long, and the stem is coordinating with the sun. Sun rays that come straight down to you, straight down, just like the stem of the plant. Okay? The leaf, Mercury. These are proven. Listen, the ancient astrologers broke this down. It's just information that's been hidden from you. But the ancient astrologers broke this down that the leaves, which Mercury is the caduceus, which is medicine. That's the medical symbol. And it's a proven fact that you can map the orbit of Mercury and see that the leaves of the tree grow in the same pattern as Mercury travels around our solar system. Okay? Which represents medicine. Mars is the pollen. It's associated with pollen, which is yang. The stem is the sun, and the roots is what? The moon, because the moon is constantly hidden. The moon is hidden. So the roots represent that moon energy. Okay, now sometimes you can see the moon during the day. Sometimes you can't see it at all during the day or the night. And so it is attributed to the roots, which also roots grow, if you look at it, study it really carefully, in the pattern of the moon. And of course, Saturn represents the seed, because Saturn is like a trial and error type planet that tries you to make you strive harder and be better at what you do. Saturn energy comes in, and that's what seeds must do. Seeds go through those same trials. And that's what happens when you go through Saturn trial. You're going through a time of seeding. Okay? So those are the planetary influences on plants. So when we look at trees and plants, it has more to do with just looking at a green tree and being happy. It's teaching you about how the planets move in the universe. And then there are more planets and more trees, different types of trees, male and female, and I can go on and on with that. But to change your life, get off the false love, fake love, which is promoted to you through a ghost on your phone, to eat it and cause you what? Illness, diabetes, high blood pressure, because you're getting false love. But if you eat true love, sugar from the sun, big difference. Once again, I would like to thank you for allowing me into your universe. Peace.